All Things Mavs.
Mavs fans, welcome into another edition of the All Things Mavs podcast. And unfortunately, I'm coming to you fresh off another loss. 2 straight podcasts, 2 straight losses for the Dallas Mavericks inside the NBA bubble. They now fall to 0-2 in the bubble. First loss to the Houston Rockets. Second loss tonight, as you're listening. I'm recording on Sunday night, to the Phoenix Suns in another clutch game that the Mavericks can't figure out how to close. We're going to break down the whole game for you tonight. We're going to go through the stats. I'm going to go through what went wrong, and I'm going to start asking the tough questions that I think need to be asked of this Dallas Maverick team, because a lot of uncertainty going forward. Now, before I get into everything and I really talk more about this game, I'm going to ask you guys to do something for me. I want to do a mailbag. So I want to do a little Q&A for you guys. I want to record a video in the Chat Sports studio. I want to put it up, and I want to make it Mavs only, because I've done NBA Q&As, and that's great and that's fine. But I like talking about my team and your team, the Dallas Mavericks. So here's how you can get your question answered on screen by me, Jimmy Crowther. You go to the comment section. So just scroll on down as you're listening to this video. I know it's tough right now with everything going on and the losses. You don't want to ask me a bunch of questions, but it really mean a lot. If you scroll down to the comment section and use hashtag Mavs or hashtag MFFL, and I will put you up on screen and I will answer your questions. It can be about this year. It can be about the bubble. It can be about Luka. It can be about KP. It can be about the draft. It can be about free agency. It can be hypothetical trades you have in your mind. Whatever you want, ask the question in the comment section, and I'm going to have it up on our next show as soon as possible. But we got some business to attend to, because the Mavericks fell 117 to 115 to the lowly Phoenix Suns. And I'm going to break it all down right here on tonight's podcast. Now again, 2-point loss. Dallas Mavericks lead the entire game, the whole time. I mean, they literally are leading it the whole time. They go up in the fourth quarter, or the first quarter, by 10 points. They outscore them 35 to 25. Second quarter, the Suns make it closer. They're still scoring a little closer, but the Mavs still take an 11-point lead going into halftime. Everyone's sitting back. You're like, all right, maybe I won't have to stay up this entire game. Maybe I'll be able to go to sleep early. I got work on Monday morning. Maybe I'll go to sleep. Nope. The third quarter Mavericks came out to play, and it was ridiculous. DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker both had 5 fouls in the third quarter. They're 2 best players, bar none. Not even close. There's not even a close third. Their 2 best players get 5 fouls in the third quarter. So that means they have to ride the pine. That means they got to sit on the bench. That means they're not going to be able to play most of the third quarter, because the Phoenix Suns and Monty Williams want to make sure that they're ready to go for the fourth quarter. So you're like, all right, now the Mavs can step on their throats, they can step on the gas, and they can give it their all and take this game. And you know what the Mavs do? They allow the Phoenix Suns bench to go on a 26-9 run in the third quarter, and it absolutely blows my mind how an NBA team of the Dallas Mavericks caliber, with players like Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis, can let that happen. So Cameron Payne comes in, who's been playing the entire year with the Texas Legends. Cameron Payne comes off the bench and scores 10 quick points. He gives you 4 rebounds. He gives you a steal, a block, and an assist in that third quarter. Really just kind of comes out of nowhere and really just puts it on him. Ricky Rubio, a point guard who never scores the ball. He's a pass-first point guard, comes in. He's plus 12 in the box score. He scores 20 points. He gives you 9 rebounds and 7 assists. And you can't stop these 2 guys, and it makes absolutely no sense. And now the third quarter was terrible, right? Third quarter's bad, 26-9 run. Overall, the Mavs got outscored 36-19 as they go into the fourth quarter. And then things, start to look a little bit better. Mavs start to trend in the right direction. They realize, all right, Devin Booker's got 5 fouls. We're going to attack him. DeAndre Ayton's got 5 fouls. We're going to attack the rim. We're going to keep going at it. And they do that really well for about 3/4 of the fourth quarter. And then the last minute or so comes down, and the Mavs forget how to play basketball. And everything just falls apart once again in the clutch. And it's so frustrating. And again, I literally just talked about it with the Houston Rockets game. And it seems like every time after a loss, and I know I haven't been doing these post-game podcasts consistently all year. This is the first I've really done it on a consistent basis. But as I've talked about it with people and with friends and with other people that are in touch with the Dallas Mavericks organization, the question always becomes, why can't this team finish in the clutch? We know they're young. I know their youngest player is 22 years old in Luka Doncic, 21 years old, and then Luka Doncic. I mean, heck, the kid can just barely buy his first drink. I know their second best player just turned 25, and he's never played a meaningful game in his life since he's been stuck on the lowly trash dumpster fire that is the New York Knicks. And now he comes to a team where he's expected to step up, and he does the whole game. You look at what they did this entire game. Luka, 40 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, only missed 1 free throw. He got to the free throw line 19 times and went 18 of 19 from the free throw line, right? Not much more he can do. Kristaps Porzingis comes in, scores 30 points, has 8 rebounds, has 4 blocked shots, one of them in crunch time when it really mattered. Not much more he can do, right? Where's the rest of your team? When does everyone else step up? And I said it in an NBA mailbag. Somebody asked me, I believe Fletcher, it might have been Fletcher Horton, if you're listening, because I know you're a loyal listener. It might have been you that asked me, who is the Mavs X Factor? And I said it from the beginning. I've said it from the beginning of this year on every video. The X Factor on this team is Tim Hardaway Jr. And Tim Hardaway Jr. lost this game for the Dallas Mavericks. But really, it was a combination of things. I'm not going to put it all on Tim Hardaway Jr.'s shoulders. It's never just on one player's shoulders. It's a team thing. But Tim Hardaway Jr. tonight, 2 points. Yeah, he had 10 rebounds and 3 assists. 0 of 8 from 3 and 1 of 12 from the field. It's unacceptable, especially when you're a veteran leader on this team. It's ridiculous, and it just is so hard to watch. And then you draw up the last play for him. So I just kind of broke that all down. I'm going to read you the box score, and then after this quick ad break, we're going to get into what happened in that fourth quarter and what happened in those last 2 possessions. So for the Mavs, as I just mentioned, Luka Doncic had 40 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds. He also went 11 of 20 from the field, 18 of 19 from the free throw line. Kristaps Porzingis, the second leading scorer, with 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 blocked shots. Your next leading scorer was Boban Marjanovic with 8 points and 3 rebounds. You know how many minutes Boban played? 6. You know when those minutes came? All in the first half. You know when the Mavs struggled? All in the second half. So something's not adding up there, and the Mavs were getting beat on the rebounds. Now, I know you can't have him in when there's guys like Dario Saric that are faster and can shoot the 3. But when you got DeAndre Ayton in foul trouble, why are you not putting Boban in to just get every rebound and just make him foul you every single time? So frustrating. Next leading scorer was Delon Wright, who just took so many unsolicited shots tonight. 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, a block, and an assist. He went 0 of 3 from 3, 1 of 5 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. After that, Dorian Finney-Smith had 5 points, 10 rebounds. He went 1 of 2 from 3, hit 1 really clutch 3. I will say Dorian definitely stepped up a little bit this game, but he's still got to be better than he was tonight. Defensively, looked strong. Offensively, not until he hit that 1-3 did he really do anything for this Mavs team. Trey Burke had 4 points in 12 minutes. He also had 2 steals. He hit a clutch bank shot from the mid-range, but didn't play that much. Antonius Cleveland got 3 minutes. He scored 2 points, was a +6 in the box score, but he only played, like I said, 3 minutes. And then Maxi Kleber, 2 points, 5 rebounds. He's got to be better. And Tim Hardaway Jr., 2 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Now, on the Suns side of the ball, Devin Booker, 31 minutes, 5 fouls. Actually, he fouled out of the game, so 6 fouls. 30 points, 4 assists. 3 turnovers. He went 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 1 of 4 from 3. Ricky Rubio killed us, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Cam Johnson had his best game as a rookie with 19 points and 12 rebounds along with 4 assists. I really like Cam Johnson a lot, like that kid a lot. Dario Saric, 13 points, 8 rebounds. You held DeAndre Ayton in check with 7 points and 8 rebounds, but he did get behind you on some screens. Javon Carter, 6 points in 26 minutes, 5 assists for him. And Cam Payne, 10 points with 4 rebounds, a steal, a block, and an assist. So that's your box score, but now I want to break down this clutch performance and the questions that we need to be asking of this Dallas Maverick team. Now the question becomes, what happened? I mean, what happened in that final possession? So the Mavs get the ball, and they drive down. And before I even get to the final possession, actually, before I even get there, let me say this, and I tweeted this out, and I want to make this very apparent. This game never, ever should have come down to that final possession. This game should have been won in the third quarter when DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker were on the bench. This game should have been won in the end of the second quarter, in the very beginning of the third quarter, and we should have stepped on their throats. And that's something this team doesn't have, is that killer mentality to just put teams away. And it makes me sick to my stomach that they can't put teams away. And I know a lot of it's due to youth, but there's a lot more going on, and I don't know what it is. But there's no one out there. And Luka will do it from time to time. He'll get to the rim and finish, but it's just so frustrating. And I don't understand why they can't just figure out how to close games. And instead of sitting back and just kind of letting the time run out, attacking the basket, finishing through plays, playing defense, rebounding, get hungry on the boards. It doesn't happen. There's no one that's hungry on the rebounds, and it kills me every time, except for Boban. So then the Mavs get the ball. They're down 2. Kristaps Porzingis just came up with a huge block, his 4th block of the game to just win the game. Basically to give the Mavs a chance to win the game. The Mavs go down with about 12 seconds left. Luka gets all the way to the rim. And what he should have done as I'm watching the replay right now, actually, while I talk to you guys. Luka comes off a KP screen. He tried to get the switch so that DeAndre Ayton would be forced to guard Luka. It didn't happen. DeAndre Ayton stays with KP out on the three-point line. So Luka comes around the left side of the screen, gets to the left side, I guess technically the right side of the basket, and Mikal Bridges is right up on him. Now, what he should have done is when he had the momentum, just gone up with the layup. But what he did is he got to the basket, stopped, and when you have an elite defender on you like Mikal Bridges, you don't want to go up with that shot. I understand that. I understand passing it out. However, when you're passing it out to Porzingis, who's at the top of the key with Ayton on him, it was a terrible shot, and then the ball goes out of bounds, and it was reviewed for about 5 minutes, ended up being off of, I believe, Cam Johnson. It thought it was Dorian Finney-Smith. It was off of Cam Johnson's foot. So the Mavs get one more opportunity with 3.3 seconds left. And your two best players, Kristaps Porzingis has scored 30 points. Luka Doncic has scored 40 points. But for some reason, you draw up the play to have Luka throw the ball in and find a player. I get it, he's the smartest passer on the team. But I'd rather have Luka getting the ball in his hands with an opportunity to win the game when he scored 40 points. You know what he does? You know what? And I'm guessing Rick drew this up because there's no other explanation. Because Tim Hardaway Jr. was wide open at the top of the key. They drew it up for him. And Luka kicks it out to Tim Hardaway Jr. at the top of the key, who, by the way, hasn't made a shot all night long. He went 0 of 8 from 3. And Tim Hardaway Jr. chucks it up and leaves it short. And the Mavs lose the game. And that's how the fourth quarter ended. That was the last clutch shot that you had. And I don't understand it. I don't understand why that was the play the Mavs chose to go with. Super frustrating. And the Mavs are now 2-10. 2-10 this season in games decided by 3 points or less. The most losses in the NBA in those situations. That's unacceptable for a team fighting for a playoff spot. Now, again, I don't know what questions we need to be asking. I think the question number one is, why is there no killer mentality? Is it leadership? Is there no coach that's saying, hey, go get a bucket. Hey, go figure this out and put it on them? Or is it Luka settling for step-back threes? Or is it no third option, no true third option? Is that what the Mavs really need to look for, is look for someone that can be a consistent third option? Because if this is going to be the Tim Hardaway Jr. we get in the bubble, the Mavs are getting swept in the first round. I'll say it right now, especially if they play the Los Angeles Clippers. And I know a lot of you are going to ask me, does Rick Carlisle need to go? Is it time for Rick Carlisle to go? I will say this with 100% confidence. No. I have always and always will stand by Rick Carlisle because 98% of the time, he's a top 5 coach in the league. However, he has had some pretty piss-poor performances in the clutch this year as a coach, drawing up some of these plays. It doesn't make any sense. And I do think it's worth questioning what's going on with him. Why is that a thing? And I think we deserve more answers than he's willing to give us. However, I'm not anywhere close to saying he needs to go. I do think this is a very much an experimental year. It's your first year of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis, so he's just now figuring out how to play with them. The year got cut short. Obviously, this has been a really weird year for everybody, but it's definitely worth asking, why can't he figure these games out in the clutch? But I still back Rick Carlisle. I think 98% of the game he does so well, but when it matters right now, he's not drawing up the right plays. So definitely something that needs to be addressed while we're in the bubble and before we get to the NBA playoffs, because, and we'll end here with a little bit of a positive note, the Dallas Mavericks are in the NBA playoffs. The Dallas Mavericks have made the playoffs for the first time since 2016, and that is something to celebrate. Now, where we end up, it's probably going to be the 7th seed, because as of right now, I'll read this off to you as I pull it up. But as of right now, the Mavs are the 7th seed in the West, and they're 0-2 in the bubble. Mavericks are 3 games back of the Oklahoma City Thunder for the 6th seed. They're 3.5 games back of both Houston and Utah for the 4th or 5th seed. Clippers are 2 games up on Denver, and they're 3 games up on Houston and Utah. It is continuously, my friend Nick Angstead at Nick Van Exit tweeted it out, it's continuing to look like it'll be a Mavs and Clippers first round matchup. So I'm hyped. I'm so hyped that we're back in the playoffs. I'm ready for playoff basketball. I truly hope this team takes it to another level in the playoffs. However, if this is the team we're going to get when the playoffs roll around, it's going to be a quick playoffs. And I do think it's a win. I do think it's something for us to celebrate that we're getting such a young team in the playoffs so early, but I expect more. And I think everyone expects more. I don't think there's any reason for fans not to be upset because these last 2 games have been unacceptable. When you have double-digit leads on these teams, especially the Phoenix Suns, who aren't even in the playoff picture and are just as young, if not younger, than the Dallas Mavericks. Unacceptable losses. So really frustrating. We do have stuff to celebrate being in the playoffs, but there are some questions that need to be asked of this team. And now the Dallas Mavericks do have a game against the Sacramento Kings on Tuesday afternoon, which I am very excited about because that one, and I said about the Suns, I really thought the Suns game would be a win, but if they can't beat the Kings, my friends, it's going to get real ugly real fast. Real ugly real fast, because after that, they got the Bucks and the Clippers. So 2 quick back-to-back games that are going to be real tough. So, look, Mavs got to be better. Plain and simple, that's what it comes down to. You got to be better in the clutch. You got to have a killer mentality. You can't let up off the gas when you're leading. And there's just some things about this team that I don't know about. So it's definitely scary, but I resonate with all you Mavs fans listening right now. I want to bring you all the truth and all the facts of what is happening with this team. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. As always, I've been your host, Jimmy Crowther, breaking down all the latest and greatest through the good and the bad with the Dallas Mavericks here on the All Things Mavs podcast. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to get those questions down in the comments section, and I'll talk to you next time.